Okay, Shalom. We'll start off by saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahabushai Bahasham Kakwadash. Double honor to the elders. Salakia. And the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, salutation to all you brothers doing this work in truth, sincerity, and always in charity. So, the brother Malaki coming at you once again with another, this will be a little quick hit. The spirit was on me. I was meditating this morning, as I was making my coffee. And, we had the grace and the blessing of having visitors in town here at the church here in Des Moines, Iowa. We had Apostle Racha, we had Apostle Ramlab, we had the Elder Damashapat, and it was one thing that's been being promoted a lot that we even spoke amongst ourselves is health, health and longevity, not for the sake of wanting to remain in Babylon, but for the sake of the ministry, because as the elders, as the apostles get up in age, health and longevity is something that they're taking more seriously, something that they got to be more precautious of, by how much more us. And that's something that I was telling the Apostle Ramlab, is that there's a saying in Spanish, and the saying is, hazlo por gusto y no por susto. So basically it's saying, take care of your health and do this because it's your pleasure to, do it in good spirits instead of because you're scared, because that's the nature of Jake. Jake will eat shitty their whole lives. They'll be eating all this fast food, all these fatty foods. The Apostle Tahar speaks on the different carbohydrates and the gluten. That is inflammatory, it's triggering, right? It causes mucosa within your body, which then the mucus and the bacteria in your gut ultimately is what ends up causing these different ailments and diseases. So yeah, how much more us younger brothers, or men that are of a younger age, when we're supposed to be in our vitality, taking care of the things that are necessary now, getting our necessary vitamins, nutrients, getting exercise, maybe not daily, but weekly, at least 2-3 times a week, something like that. And the scriptures speak about this. You see, everything that's being pushed, that's being presented in the spirit is biblical. It's not just any of us speaking out our head. Okay, now I'm going to start here. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 19. It says what? Hold on. Okay, verse 19, 1 Corinthians 6 and 19, it says, what? Know ye not that the body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of the Most High, and ye are not your own, for ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai in your body and in your spirit, which are the Most High's. You see, and the scriptures speak about whether we live to the Most High. Whether we die to the Most High. So again, the main thing that the apostles spoke of is as we were conversating, we spoke about longevity within truth. Because hey brothers, we got to study, we got to read. Now that requires what? Mental clarity. It requires focus. Those different areas are discipline within our minds and within our spirits. You see, and it's much easier to be concentrated, to be focused, to be zoned in on something when you have the proper health. Your mind's not all clouded. You're receiving good oxygen to your brains, and these are all things that Esau Edom understands. See, through their different lab studies, different research, they came to these conclusions. Hey, brothers that have seen the movie, they cloned Tyrone, right? They show you how they put certain chemicals and certain things in our food and different products we use and the music to dumb us down, to make us docile. And all this is facts. Okay? Whether they want to fact check it, whether they want to flag certain things, these are factual things that you can go Google, you can go research. Hey, a big thing I've been seeing circling around social media platforms, whether it be the YouTube Shorts, TikTok, is the whole Alex Jones thing, right? He spoke, I want to say it was back in possibly 2016, about atrazine being in the water. Everybody scoffed him. Everybody thought he was crazy, right? Talking about how the atrazine in the water, they did a study and it was churning frogs that had male parts, or frogs that were male. They churned them into having different desires of female frogs, or start producing certain like eggs and stuff like that. And these are things that today are found within these different alphabet community drugs that they are giving certain people and children, that are, cutting off testosterone, doing all these different things. But these are found in the tap water. And hey, I might get flagged for this, but hey, it is what it is. Look it up for yourselves. Okay? This is factual. And so there is a war going on, not only in the spirit, which first and foremost, it's all of the spirit. Scriptures speak of, the scriptures talk about this, right? It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Second Corinthians 10:3. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High of the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach. Okay? And why? Because all these things start in the spirit. It's a spiritual warfare going on, but it's also physical. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. Okay. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And in the NIV, it says, in order that Satan might not outwit us. Okay. It says, for we are not unaware of his schemes. Now, scheme. See what that says. A shape, a figure, form, a posture, and dancing. Parts of a, look at this. Parts or elements of a system. A program of action. Okay? So we're not ignorant of the system that he has set up. The different things that he has set up through his system. And also the different actions that he's taking against us. It says a plan of action devised to attain some end. And hey, when you watch these different movies, different cartoons, whatever, the evil villain always has what? He has a scheme. He has a scheme. Okay, let's see what it says here in the blue letter for his devices, right? Not ignorant of his devices, noema, a mental perception, a thought, an evil purpose. That which thinks the mind, thoughts, or purposes. Okay, and Esau has an evil purpose. Hey, the scriptures talk about if you want to spoil the house, you got to bind up the strong man first. So the agenda, the evil purpose is to what? To domesticate the Israelite man. There's a continual and perpetual war upon the house of Esau and upon the house of Jacob. All right, and that's prophecy. It is what it is. So being mindful of these things, because we're not ignorant of this fact, not ignorant of his devices. Therefore, we ought to take heed. Okay, making sure that we are checking what we're eating. And you know, the brothers gonna do what they're gonna do. You know, I know, brother. The brothers go scoff. Oh yeah, there's a balance. There's a balance. You know, just not saying every now and then Jake ain't gonna have some fries or some chips here and there or whatever, right? But the main big picture is what overall eat healthier, get a little bit of more bodily exercise, and it doesn't have to be weights. Again, that's something the apostle spoke on. Going on walks. You got the apostle Gabar. He's going on those bike rides. It could just be a simple walk. You're walking the trail, but you got to think about it. And I can attest to it. Brothers that know me, I used to work construction. Now, construction is laborious work. You're walking around all day. You're bending over. You're picking up heavy things. You're carrying them over. You're sweating. You're getting all these steps in. And I got my watch. It calculates different steps, stuff like that. And it was real easy for me to stay at a certain weight. I was sticking at about 225, 230. And since I became a barber, it's a lot more standing around. And I gained about 20 pounds. It was easy, So now it's being more conscious and putting more effort into, okay, let me abstain from eating these certain things. Let me eat a little bit cleaner. Let me try and, go for these walks, whatever, get my steps in. But anyways, this is besides the point. Again, the thing is getting better nutrients, getting a better lifestyle. Because again, we're studying, we're out there 2, 3, 4 hours on the weekend, standing outside in the heat and the cold, standing on the cold heart, standing on the pavement. We spoke about investing in good footwear. We're out there standing up all day, walking around all day, invest in some good shoes that can make or break you. You got back problems, inflammation, all these different things, right? Another precept I had is this. This is Sirach chapter 30 and verse 25. And this I'm just kind of, speaking in the spirit. I just want to speak about health. Okay, so Sirach 30 and 25, it says, a cheerful and good heart will have care of his meat and diet. So if we're in the correct mindset, all right, it says we're going to have care. We're going to watch over our meat and our diet. Okay, the things that we're consuming. From the simple things. Brothers like ground beef, make sure you're getting the 90% lean ground beef opposed to the 75%. Just a little bit leaner meat, less fat. You eat a bunch of chicken legs, chicken thighs, switch to chicken breast. It's leaner. Got less fat on it. More protein. Those subtle changes. And yeah, a lot of times it's not cheap, but you can find different stores, you can find different places where you can get a better price on these things. Aldi, that's a great spot. They usually got good quality meats for a reasonable price. Salakia, but yeah, as I was saying, I was meditating upon this as I was making my morning coffee. The apostle, he's woke me up, got me on my little coffee tangent again. So I was mixing my coffee, putting the different things that we were putting in there, and again, this is something that the apostle was doing. I got from him, So, hey, shouts out to the apostle Ram. But so it's fresh ground up coffee beans. Right, that we start off with fresh ground up coffee beans with some form of purified alkaline water. You mix in there, and you throw in and I'm gonna pour this up. Throw some nutmeg in there, and it says right here, just based out right off the top. Look, anti-inflammatory and anti-thrombotic. Anti-rheumatic, which in Spanish is rheumas, which that's also in regards to inflammation. Here we go. Benefits of nutmeg. You just run through the list. Anti-convulsant properties, effects against diarrhea. Okay, reduces bad cholesterol. It's good for the skin. It regulates the blood pressure. And that the apostle also, I don't have them, but the apostle was using the fennel seeds. Okay, and the fennel seeds are also really good for the blood pressure that he was going into. Antidepressant, it protects the liver. It's good for oral health, improves brain health, improves digestion, provides relief from insomnia, and provides relief from pain. So that's just boom. Throw a little spoon of nutmeg in there, a tablespoon, teaspoon, whatever. So that's some nutmeg. He throws some cinnamon. Cinnamon, if I'm not mistaken, that's gonna be I believe it's anti-inflammatory. I believe it's good for your heart, and it's a good for your metabolism. Antioxidants support blood sugar control, protect against heart disease, reduce inflammation. Okay, let's see what else. Cold and flu, regulate blood sugar. These damn devils, man. Fucking assholes. Okay. Contains reduce the risk of insulin resistance. The apostle was speaking on this. Insulin resistant. Cinnamon contains compounds that appear to slow conditions like Alzheimer's. Reduce blood pressure, cholesterol. It may help restore the balance of bacteria in the gut, supporting good digestive health. Again, that's another thing the apostle spoke of. Getting those probiotics, those prebiotics, those different micro living organisms, which you can find in different kombuchas, different yogurts, things like that we could take that help gut health. And a lot of times, I guarantee you, a lot of brothers suffer from IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, or LG, leaky gut syndrome, which is the bad different bacterias and different things that make you bloated and make you sluggish, feel tired, make you feel slow. Again, it has to do with mental clarity, those different things. And these are all, don't get me wrong, these are all demons. These are all spiritual things first, but also we fight them first and foremost with prayer, but also the proper supplementation, the proper nutrition. The scriptures speak about the herbs. Prayer with the herbs. Being not negligent of those different things. These are the medicines of the earth. The Lord had created medicines from the earth. Okay. And another thing I recommend is, brothers get the sea moss or the bladderwhack. If you get them both mixed together, that's perfect. That's all the different minerals that your body needs, different nutrients, which Esau strips from our foods. Okay, so yeah, man, you got the nutmeg in there, the cinnamon, you got the fresh coffee grounds, which coffee is also good. That's good for your metabolism as well. You got that caffeine in there, it'll wake you up a little bit. The other thing, me personally, I put fenugreek benefits. Okay. Okay, what are the benefits? And Esau, man. Esau's a damn devil. Anytime it comes to something natural or some herbs, they gotta say, oh, there's not enough evidence, or oh, we can't say that these things will cure or help this, but it might be a possibility that it could help with. Man, look, man. The Lord made these things for a reason. Okay, it says digestive problems. It helps breast milk production and flow. Now this is something different brothers that got they women, they about to have children. Fenugreek is something that they could take. I believe the brother your call told me as well. Hemp seed milk. I believe that's what it's called, hemp seed milk. That if they drink that, it'll help. Or maybe Maybe it was for the baby. Don't quote me on that one. Brothers look it up for themselves. But nevertheless, that's something that the sisters can take. If they're struggling with that, because that's another thing that our people struggle with. Again, because of diet, different things, different chemicals put in the food. Man, Esau's a damn devil. Okay. I hope that didn't stop it, but let me see. Come. Diabetes, low testosterone or libido. Now that's a big one. I've had supplements, testosterone boosting things before that has the fenugreek in there, so I know that does work for a fact. So low testosterone or libido, painful menstruation, menopause, arthritis, high blood pressure, obesity, breathing problems, boils, low exercise performance, ulcers, open wounds, muscle pain, migraines and headaches, and childbirth pains. May reduce the risk of diabetes, improve weight loss. Yep, come. Yeah, man. So fenugreek, that's another great thing. And I just put a little bit with my, before I grind up the coffee. The apostle gave me this nice little coffee grinder. So I grind up the coffee beans with the fenugreek in there. He was doing it with the fennel seeds, and then you boil it. But, so you got all that. And then the other thing, that I put in there that, again, me and the apostle were talking about is I have this mushroom blend, because I had asked him about it. You take those mushrooms and these are, what do you call them? Like food grade mushrooms. Okay. These are, lion's mane, turkey tail. And we're going to go into these, very quickly. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time rambling, but it is more of a health video, like I said, opposed to a breakdown, and these things are needed within the body. This is just another, gift that the Wada Yabasham Yahushua, even in the world, it was in my spirit to go into these different things. So, hey, Lord willing, it helps the body, and this is edifying. But it's a mushroom super blend, which has all these different kinds of mushrooms. Okay, and I'm going to read off the ingredients right here. I got it as I'm reading it. It has reishi mushroom, lion's mane, shiitake, cordyceps, chaga, and turkey tail, and ashwagandha. So, I guess let's go into the ashwagandha. Okay, 7 health benefits of ashwagandha. Relieves strength and anxiety. It lowers blood sugar and fat. And so you got all these different things that are lowering blood sugar, relieving stress, relieving anxiety, increases muscle and strength, improves sexual function in women, boosts fertility and testosterone levels in men, sharpens focus and memory. Okay, it says ashwagandha may help improve cognitive focus, right? Memory and the ability to perform motor responses after instruction. So it'll help out with that. Supports heart health. There you go. Now, turkey tail. Okay. And another thing I recommend brothers look up is I think it's not Eric Berg. I can't remember his name. They call him the mushroom doctor, I believe. Right? It's like, but he was on Joe Rogan, that Joe Rogan podcast, and he has a bunch of TED Talks and stuff like that he was going into the benefits of these different things and how his mother suffered from I want to say it was stage 3 cancer, and she was just doing the chemo treatment that wasn't helping her out, and then she started supplementing, which again, for YouTube guidelines and medical purposes, whatever medical misinformation, I can't say that this was a result of it, So he had her start taking these different mushrooms, turkey tail, the cordyceps, this, that, and the third, and it went away. Again, this was in addition to the chemotherapy treatment. So, take that with a grain of salt. But turkey tail boosts immunity, improve cognitive function, increased exercise performance, improved gut health, reduced inflammation, lowered blood sugar lower blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes. Okay. So there's that. I got the cordyceps pulled up. Cordyceps, and there's another one. Now, this is something that I'm gonna repeat what the apostle told me, because it is true. You got to be careful when you are supplementing with these things, just because there's different forms of cordyceps. Okay, you got cordyceps that grows from rice, that grows from these different things. Just like the probiotics, right? The kombucha is fermented, and they grow those microorganisms off, I believe it's yeast. If I'm not mistaken, they grow it off yeast. But just like the cordyceps, you could do the same thing with that. But there's also cordyceps that could be found on different animals. So it's being weary of those things, being conscious and mindful of where you're getting your source from. So for a reputable source. But cordyceps, right? It says, when taken as a supplement, cordyceps benefits may include increased exercise performance, boosted immunity, reduced inflammation, improved heart health, lowered blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes. So pretty much the same thing in addition, right? Now, this is also big on exercise, okay? They did different studies with people before a workout. They took cordyceps and certain people didn't. And, they reported how the people that took cordyceps had a way better workout. I believe they gained more muscle over a period of time. Their performance was better. Their peak, I forget what it's called. APT. It's APT. The energy that your body puts out, they produce more of it. But I got it right here. And this was one big one that I wanted to read. Okay. Because another thing, too, that causes lack of mental clarity or being cloudy or lack of focus, or even that short-term focus, is lack of oxygen being received by the brain. Now, brothers, into the mixed martial arts, well, what happens when you cut off somebody's oxygen supply to the brain? They fall asleep, you put them to sleep, they knock out. So if you already have a lack of oxygen going into the brain, you're going to be slower, sluggish. Your mornings are going to be rough, certain things like that, which water is a big one. Brothers, make sure they drink water, but also this will help. Now it says one study found that daily cordyceps supplementation gradually increased the maximum oxygen intake, the VO2 max, in young adults after 3 weeks. Researchers believe that these results meant that cordyceps might increase an athlete's tolerance to high-intensity exercise. Now, this, and I don't know what research they're going off of, but I have seen other ones that the result was backing this. The evidence backed that up. So. Cholesterol triglyceride. Huh. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'll read this real quick. It's pretty interesting. Hyperlipidemia. Right? It says, I'm going to read this part down here. So it says, results from animal studies link cordyceps use to a lowered hypolipidemia In one such study, a polysaccharide extracted from cordyceps decreased the hamster's total cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Now that has to deal with the fats, the triglycerides. Which again, that's another thing that's fucked up with a lot of our people. Me personally and my family runs. They got that what's it called? The thyroid. They got a thyroid issue. Which the thyroid, that's different. Let me turn this down a bit. That deals with different hormones, and fats carry those hormones as well. So being able to deal with that within the body. But it says, what was I reading down here? It says in other studies, cordycepin has been associated with improvements in hyperlipidemia. This has been attributed to its similar structure to adenosine, a naturally occurring chemical in the human body needed during fat metabolism and breakdown. The way that happens, obviously we have body fat, which is stored up energy, because when you are starving yourselves, and that's why you get that mental clarity during a fast. Obviously it's the spirit, but also your body makes a switch from using glucose and carbohydrates as energy, which is sugar. Because when you eat those carbohydrates, your body it converts it into sugar, glucose, which then your body burns, which gives you an insulin spike. You get an insulin spike, you got this energy, you're gonna go, and then your energy drops down, you're hungry again. So all day your energy is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But when you're on a fast, your body makes a switch from running on carbohydrates to running on ketones, which ketones are produced by fats. So that extra body fat that our body has, like I said, it's energy. So when we're starving, it's a defense mechanism. It's a survival mechanism, rather, should I say, that your body will use that fat and convert that fat into energy by producing ketones within the body that your body burns, which ultimately will result in fat loss, and it's a cleaner energy source. Okay, so it says right there that the cordyceps has been associated to help with these things. So, that's another great benefit. There's so much. And, Lord willing, I'll put all these different things on the comment board. This will probably be the last one I go into just for time's sake. Okay, the 6 benefits of reishi. Okay, boost the immune system, anti-cancer properties, could reduce fatigue and depression. Okay, other potential benefits: heart health and blood sugar, antioxidant. I'm tripping at this. It was 6. Where's the 6? Let me see. Okay, only give me 5. Immune system health. Yeah, man. So this is something that I've been putting in my coffee. I try to take this daily. And I'll read, because on the little container that I have, it obviously has a list of how much to take. It has, the FDA thing, no fillers, all that good stuff. It got the ingredients, but it also, that lion's. I'll go into lion's mane. That'll be the last one. But it also has the benefits right here. So I'll read those quick while I grab lion's mane. Okay, so it says improve insulin sensitivity. It's good for the heart, aid in digestion and gut health, increased endurance, supports immune function, helps fortify the bones, brain support and function, supports nerve function, blood sugar control, powerful anti-inflammatory, powerful antioxidant, increases testosterone, lowers cortisol, which cortisol is that stress hormone. You're stressed out, you're anxious, you're depressed, you probably got a higher cortisol in your body, which that's bad. It leads to gaining fat, leads to depression, different things like that, and increases your power output. Salakia. Okay, so this is the last one that I'm gonna go into. Lion's mane. Health benefits and side effects. And that's why it's called lion's mane. You see how it looks? It looks crazy, right? Regulate blood sugar, high blood pressure, promotes healthy energy levels, and combats fatigue. And that's real. Okay, helps to prevent excess in blood lipid accumulation, protects heart health, slows biological aging, protects the liver health, protects kidney health. Potential alternative treatment for depression, helping ensure the presence of sufficient neurotransmitters, reducing the loss of nerve growth brought about by stressful situations, minimizing inflammation linked to depression. You know, man, and there's thousands of different research articles and different different articles put together by people that use these things, people that study these things, are biologists, different nature professionals, different things like that, man. So brothers do their own research. Lord willing, I hope and I pray that this was edifying. Just another beautiful thing to add into our regimen that'll help us, Lord willing, be more fruitful in this ministry, but also be healthier so that we can produce, that we can be more present, we can be more aware, more on point, more sharp. Lord willing, this help the brother out there. Again, I'm going to end it off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Basham Kakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Until the next time, Shalom.